Two banks. Three. So we just need... Okay, here we go. I'm going to try for the weak side. Or not the weak side. I guess technically we are, but we're going to try for this not to go side by side on the second. Oh my god. You made ace. Really? Okay. Here we go again. Okay, that worked. And we resume waiting. Waiting. And we wait for a bank. No. Good player. And we win. So we got 2 units. We're already done. Just do whatever now. See how many black chips we can milk out of them now. We've already got $1,000. What do you want to do? Doesn't have to be harder. Imagine doing that and just walking out with $1,000 every day of your life. Anybody can. Once you build your bankroll up enough. I mean, I'm doing this with a 10K bankroll. I could do this with probably a 5K bankroll. But, you you gotta be willing to leave with it. Are you? Well, I'm gonna reduce to the black chips now. Because I don't want to leave with nothing. And effectively, if this loses twice right here, I'd be leaving with something. I'd be leaving with 775 is what I'd be leaving with. Well, there's one loss, so I gotta wait for a color change. And then bet the opposite. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, man. There we go. See? Don't go 3 side by side on that second. Don't do it. Let's make this interesting. Fine. Boo-hoo. We gotta go home with $775. Disappointing. 800 a month, 800 a day would be 24 grand a month. We have $250,000 in 10 months. Just doing what we just did. And going home. $250,000, 10 months. Just doing that and going home. It's 3 minutes and 19 seconds. Now you'd have to have some people burn these other hands for unless you want to do it yourself, which you probably could. Just play both sides. Right? Canada, you don't even pay commission to do that. Fuck it. So, I didn't get to deal that hand. I'm really going to another shoot because they both got violated. So, we made 775 and we're on to the next. Let's see here. Alright, 2-player right away. No change up yet. There it is. So go back to these. We win. 1275. For the good. Incredulous. We wait for another thing to go to. Go take a drive during the day. Or at night, if Christmas lights are up already. I can do that too. And just look at houses you want. Look up the value. Tell yourself it can be done. if you had the bankroll to support it. If stuff like this worked every day. Oh, they tied our natural. Fuck. Oh, we got it. Dude, double natural tie, and they're both 8s. I'm totally getting a 0 now, but let's find out. Let's find out. Yeah, zeroed me out. So we gave our unit back. So we got to get that guy back. As soon as it goes player, we got to bet bank here now. There it is. So now I got to bet bank. And we got it back. Minus $25. We got it back. But, got it back. So. Well. We'll add it up later. We know we had 775 from the first shoe. Okay, we just need a player to bet against. There it is. Bet the bank. There you go. 2 units. Minus the commissions. So, we are at 1675 plus 50. It would be 1725 if we left right now. But let's just carry on. See if we can get another 2 to come out. There it is. Now we wait for a color change. There it is. We reduce to the little guy. And we just do the 1/5 unit. Thereby guaranteeing we leave this shit with profit. And let's see. Alright, so another natural 8 tie. Wow. Well, we beat that natural 8, didn't we? Okay, great. Very great. That helps pay some commission. So we wait for something to go to. It's not going to be the bank this time. It's player. So now as soon as we go bank, we got to bet player. Might take a minute. Maybe not. So we're still doing the little guys. So now what's cool is if this loses back to back, all we're giving away is the previous $100 victory and 1 extra, right? So not the end of the world, right? I don't want it to lose, but we've insulated ourselves to the point that there's no way we do lose, right? Started with the big stuff. Now we're playing with the little stuff. We're just trying to milk it out of them now. We don't give a fuck. And I don't want to jump off. It's going to keep producing. Well, that failed. But you know what I mean? And you could just say, fuck it, let's just leave. Because who wants to give 200 back? Or 2 little units back, as it were. Whatever it is for you. You know, you don't have to. But what if this thing never comes down side by side 3 times? You're at least getting your money back to stay in the fight, to try to find those singles that jump. You know what I mean? That's all we're trying to do. The commission, that's going to happen anyway with the strategy, at least every other time, if they're coming down side by side, right? So we got to wait for a player and bet for the banker to recover that 100 minus commission. First, we need it to come down. Or stop coming down. There it is. We got to bet bank. This will be the recovery unit. And that lost. So that shoe's over. So we net the difference. First shoe we had 775. This shoe we have 845. 7 plus 8 is 50 and 100. Now you add the 75 and the 45. Well, another 120. So, not bad. Not bad. You'd be at 1620 for the video right now. We've got shoe number 3. I bet you this is the one that gives me resistance right away. But let's find out. And furthermore, if you already made that much for the day, what are you still doing there, right? What are you still doing there? Tell you what. Fuck that shit. We made 1625 in a day. We left. This is a whole new day, right? Whole new day. Just see what happens. We're going to start with the big boy. And if it wasn't a whole new day, you probably shouldn't be doing more than this to start with. let's not go backwards. The hard stuff's done. Just see what we can do with that. But let's say it was a new day. I suppose it doesn't make any difference. But I want to be able to know I leave every day with the victory, and I don't want to fucking go in there and know I already beat their ass, and I allowed myself to give it back because I played one more shoe. So we're gonna pretend this is a new day. You should definitely be leaving if you're over 4 numbers. Okay, I don't care how much it is. You better be leaving. Exponentially think what that would have been over 30 days, getting 1,600 every day for 30 days. 1620 every day. Because, when you're doing it on here, I really want you to challenge yourself to think about it like it's real money. Because otherwise, you go to play for real, you're just going to be whatever's the fuck. I won, by the way. Great. Another winning day. Just need one more of these, and I go home happy with the 2-unit win. Fuck the 3 units, by the way. If they're worth this much, why be that greedy? Fuck. Make 30 grand a month, just winning 1,000 a day and going home. Two units. 2. Let's see if it goes 2 again, by the way. Yes, it did. So we gotta wait for a bank. Okay. Here we go. This will be the other money we needed for day number 2. Let's find out. Negative. So we gotta wait. Back in the grind. Alright, I chopped this. We'll go back to bank. And unfortunately we win. So we're still in the fight here. Wait for something else to go 2. And there it is. 2-1, 2-2-1. That's symmetrical, isn't it? Wow, look at that. Anywho, we need a player, so we can back to bank. There. Oh, it's a natural tie. Can't do that. That's still a bank, so. Alright. Symmetry has ended. There's the player there, so we're going to bet the bank. And here we go. Win. 38 special. Okay, so for anyone new to Baccarat, that's why we didn't have to draw 3 cards. We had a 3 on bank. 3rd card for player was an 8. Call that 38 special. It's just universally accepted. That's what that is. Fun fact: Megatron G1 made for P38. Anyway, no one cares about that unless you're old. So I'm going to just continue. Just going to continue here. I'm going to wait for something to go 2, and then there it is. So I'll just wait for a bank, and I bet against it. Oh, that's not a bank though. We are going to reduce, yes. We're going to reduce that blackjack now before I forget. Yeah, as soon as it goes bank, we're going to try for player. Okay, here we go. Little guy. Little guy only. We already got the 2 crits. We got 2 5s. Nice commission. So we're going to do this, and we're going to win, right? No, we're going to get defeated by the however. So, no problem. No harm, no foul. I would walk away with every shoe with 775 and be just fine. But whatever. Let's see if we get this shit. I don't get that back. Another 38 special. Speaking of the devil, look at that. We won with both those 38 specials. Anywho, we're still in the fight here. We're not quitting until this $100 loses twice. But you know what? What's cool is if we're flat betting and we reduce to that, we're only getting dinged for $5 commission on every recovery bet now. That requires a banker investment. So that's not too bad. It's better than losing a quarter every time if you stayed in with the 5s, right? That adds up. Got to recover that 5 3 or 4 times $100. I don't want to do that, right? So I want to get to a lower commission bet as quickly as possible, and just net the difference when it does in fact fail. So I gotta wait for 2, and we got Gotta wait for two. It's choppy. Do. There it is. Now, as soon as it goes bank, I got a bet player. Oh, 30 to 1. Wow. 9 over 0. Okay. Well, gotta do this. Oh, God, do I just want to? I lost. I gotta wait for another second now. There it is. As soon as it goes play. Oh, no, it isn't. Yeah, I gotta wait. Gotta wait for a player. Bet bank. Never gonna happen. Apparently, it's gonna go 11 deep. Okay, there it is. So I gotta do this. And if that fails, we're off the shoe. 7:45. I'd like it to win, though. I'd like to keep this going a little while. There we go. So we're still in the fight. You know, we're still in the fight. This commission's starting to get a little bit annoying. I don't want to dip under 900 here because I might have to call it at that point if we got to regroup that many times. I think it's going to be still chopping. Still chopping. Still chopping. Damn. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. So we need a banker against. That is still a player. Fuck. Come on, bank. Little guy in player. Dang, what the fuck? Alright, well, need a player to bet against. There it is. We gotta try to get the recovery on bank again. Negative. Okay, so 1620 plus 740 would be whether it's the same day or it's two different days, you'd have over that period of time. 1620 plus 740 would be 2360. Wow. If that was all for one day, you'd be. It wouldn't matter if you had a losing day the next day. You made 2360 the day before, right? Fuck. So we gotta go to an issue. We'll do one more. 27 minutes. This will be the fourth shoe in a row. I got this bullshit to work with just this system. Fuck everything else I could have played for. But just playing this alone. I'm destroying. And you know what? I'll tell you what. Whatever one of these little tricks you want to use, never, ever let them know what you're playing for. Because they're going to be curious. They're going to come over and act like they're your fucking best friend. Like, what are you looking at here? Like, they just want to get in your head to find out what they can do to fuck up the game, shake it up. We'll fucking tell them nothing. Like, I don't know. Just picking red or blue, bro. Just flipping a coin in my mind. Let them think you're a fucking moron. You're just getting lucky. To a degree, that's all we are doing. But we're trying to use some practicality to what we're doing here. We're not just pissing in the wind. We're doing it with some kind of objective in mind where we're hunting for some kind of variable. And we're just going to try. If it doesn't work, fuck it. There's another one down the street. There's another one over here. I don't have to stay on the same table when it's suck a dick. I'll just tell them to suck a dick and go somewhere else. I don't have to fucking stress over nothing. This is a hell of a chop, though. I'm stressing over that. I'm missing this chop. Oh, it's all bank. Look at this. Okay, we got a chop. So, we're going to go back to the big boy. And we'll see if we do that again. What did I say? Right at 20. 2360, right? Yeah. Okay. I had to think about that math because I'm gonna forget. But you know what we're at. Going into this shoe, we're at 2360. If you're a cunt and continue to stay, results will vary. But I'm gonna try. I got it. Now we're at 2860. Well, 28. On it. 2860 minus 25 would be 28. 2830. So yeah. Anyway, I hate that commission bullshit, right? Fucks my whole mind up. Can't we just work with even numbers? That's why I usually, when I do these, I just count the units. I don't worry about anything else. But, as it were, outside of commission, we'd be at 6 units already, right? The commission's the only thing subtracting us. You know, 28.35. We need to say 30. If I added that right. 27.35. Whatever the fuck, man. No. Look, we're doing good. I should have had the calculator on the side because I'm getting confused. We're doing good. We're over 2,800, I can tell you, or very close to tell you that. And 27, 28, who gives a fuck? You're crushing their whole fucking life right now. Just need a bank to bet against it. That'll be our second unit for this shoot. Get that second unit. Please, yes, reduce to 0. I think this is the way, man. Just find a way to get 2 crits, reduce to the 1/5 unit, milk them for what they get. And if this loses back to back, fuck them. You know? Seriously. Like, I mean, this is $250,000 a year right here. 10 months. If you just made 700 plus 30 days times 700 be 21,000. You do that for fucking 10 months, you'd have fucking 210,000. Just doing a couple more months, you have 100 great $250,000. Now I know that sounds hyperbolic, but fuck, it's a fact. If you were able to get that every single day and just walk, the second you got the 2 crits, reduce to something tiny, and just take whatever you can get out of them, man, fuck. So we're reducing a little one now. We're up 2. We're going to just see. We can do. We lost. Fuck them. As soon as it goes player, we're going to do the same thing. Okay, there it is. We're doing our break. Doesn't work, we're done. We win, though, so we're still in the fight. So now we got to wait for another second or something. I think that was it, right? That was second player, right? Yeah, so we need a bank, and then we bet against the bank. That's going to go 3 player. And now that we got the bank, we're going to do this on the player. And we lose. So that's it, right? Oh no, we weren't supposed to bet yet. No, we were. We just didn't win. So we got one more chance to break it even. We needed to go player first. There it is. Now we try on the bank. And we win. Just a little commission needling, but we're floating. So we need a second bank or a second player. Now we got our first player. And we got our second player. So now we need a bank so we can bet against the bank for said player. And that is the third player. And that is the bank. So now we're going to bet player. And we get a 6. And we win. Bingo, bango. Now we wait for a second. That's not a second. That is, though. So as soon as it goes player, we're going to bet. There we go. We lose. A lot of money washing this shoe. Well, maybe not a lot. It's the third occurrence this shoe, but for the video. I mean, that's going to happen anyway. I mean, you're not going to have single come downs without anything coming down side by side. It's ambitious to think that. Hence why I came up with the idea of playing 2 side by side. You know, I could call them seconds. Anyway, I'm just going to hope it never goes past the second on the seconds. Once again, that'll recover the one we just gave back again. But first, let's see if this is gonna work. No. Oh, we got saved. Definitely should have lost that hand. He zeroed us out with the 9, and they get 3 face cards. So we try again. Oh, got fucked that time. So, 2360 plus 865. Well, 2360 plus 800 would be 3165. 3160 plus 65 would be 3205. We'd be at $3,200 and $5 extra. What the fuck? That's a lot of money. Every one of these shoes was a winner. And it got it over 3G. Let me tell you. You gotta have the capital to support doing this to start with. I know that. But even if I was starting at 125 crits and $25 little units, that still matters. I'd be up over $600. Closer to $7. It's fucked up. And what did I just get done saying? If that was a day's work, $700 a day times 30 days. If you did that every day, 21 grand in a fucking... I'm sorry, but I don't know anyone that's making... Sorry, I put the phone away from my face. Just flabbergasted. What the money really could be. And I'm speeding this along, okay? It's only 26 minutes. You'd have to wait for people to rebuy and fucking play origami with the cards and shit. I mean, I ain't got time for that in big buck. I like people that don't fucking slow the game down. Just like, what's the point of that? Time's a resource. You know, what the fuck are we doing? Think it makes you look cool because you're the guy peeling the cards? You're a dumbass. You're literally wasting time. Your most precious fucking resource. Peeling the cards. Like a dumb bitch. Alright, we lost, by the way. So I need a player to bet against. There it is. We have to get this one back. Got it. Thank goodness. Natural. So we wait. We need two. We need a two banker. Nope. Gotta wait. Need two players then. There it is. Need a banker, and then we'll bet against it. If it ever comes. There it is. Just for the break. This is actually for the W. Yeah. Let's see if we can get that. Nope. I fucked this again, so I gotta wait for two banks. Never mind, we gotta wait for two players. There it is. Oh, shit. I was supposed to bet there. We would have lost, too. We would have lost. Yeah. So that would have been a 2-unit loss. So, you know, if you would have stayed, this is what I mean. I knew this was coming. You can't survive every shoe with this strategy, you know what I mean? So if you would have been up 32 and change, you would have gave 1,000 back right there. If you were still playing with purple units. There's no reason that at that point you should be playing with that much money. You've already beat their ass. You really want to poke the bear that many times? Like, go home. Chances are the next shoe gonna suck. You know. But I show both. I mean, that's the bad news. That's the stuff that can happen. But look how many shoes that did work. You know what I mean? I'd take that law of averages. Shoes that'll work versus ones that wouldn't. Especially if you have a disqualifying factor like that where you know you could leave. The moment it fails, you're just walking. Fuck them. It doesn't matter. It happened, but it doesn't matter. So there's two bank. I'm going to wait for a player, and I'm going to bet against it. There it is. Put it on bank. And I win? Yes. Okay. Now I got to wait for another second. Can I get a second? Anything. There it is. Wait for a bank, bet against it. There's my banker. I'm going to bet against it on player. I got a 9. Can't do better than a 9. I win again. So there you go. What just happened the prior shoe? We just erased that shit. Right? I mean, fuck, right? We're still over 3G. We had a bad shoe. We went to a brand new one. Guess what? It's all chop, first of all. But we got that to chop after the run of two. That's all we're trying to do. We're not playing for anything else. We'll let them burn all these other hands. I don't care if we only play 7 hands in the shoe of 80 hands. I'd rather play the right hands than get myself involved in all the fucking guessing back and forth. Oh, I think it's going to chop. No, I think it's going to 2-2-2. I think it's going to go for a long bank. Motherfucker, you don't know. And if you're playing for that many different things, you're definitely not going to be right in half of those variables. So, I mean, even if you're only right half the time, you're still getting needled on commission, right? I'd rather play for the one thing like we're going to do right fucking now. We're going to reduce to the little guy again. We're going to get this. Maybe. Yes, we did. Natural 9. Maybe I shouldn't have reduced, but no. If you get two crits, please reduce to something smaller. Let's keep the money. Let's take advantage of them. Let's make them chase us a little bit, okay? You don't want to win the big money and then give it right back. If you can win 2 crits, reduce the small shit. Small shit keeps winning. It's still going to feel good in your pocket, okay? Fuck the rest. If you can say that with me now, fuck the rest, you'll be fine the rest of your life. I promise you. You just gotta not be a cunt. That's really all it comes down to. So someday when I leave this world, there will be a recording of what can be done. Yo, I had a deer jump right on front of my car again today. Literally 5 or 10 feet away from my car. I could have fucking died. Literally jumped right across the front of my car and jumped out of sight. It happened so fast. It was surreal. Like, literally, it was right in front of my car, and it fucking jumped away. If I was there a second sooner, it either would have hit my car or I would have hit it, right? Fucking crazy shit. Just the fact that I showed you, my car got totaled last week and a half ago. I just got this new car, like, literally last week, last week Tuesday, and last week Tuesday, and I had it in the shop for tires and stuff because they didn't have them, so I had to wait. I had to leave my fucking car there. None of this is meaningful to you, but the point is, I had deer incidents nearly twice in a span of a week and a half. What do you think my insurance would have thought of that? Fuck. So I came home early tonight on a Friday. I was like, fuck this. I'm not fucking up my car until I get this gap insurance settled. I gotta figure out what's going on with that, because I can't have them tell me they're not gonna cover the next car. Some kamikaze deer jumps out in front of me. So we're doing $100 units here on the player. And I win. Great, I like winning. So that's almost 1,200. I gotta wait again. And you know what? When you're willing to stick to your guns and not say, well, shit, that strategy ain't working, I'm gonna jump over to this. Guess what? That don't work either. You're mad as fuck. Just go in with the mentality that you're gonna play for one thing that day, no matter how the shoe looks. Look how many chops I write off not playing. Look how the shoe started. And I'm not playing that chop. You know I think that's a chop. It don't go 3. Like, fuck. I'm willing to take 2 swings at chops. That would have made a ton of money. But I was willing to let it go just to be not selfish. And I'll tell you, it is hard for me to ignore a chop. But, you know, I'm being a good example. Uncle trying, man. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to bet against that single. Calm down once again. We have not had 2 side-by-side the whole show. Feels ambitious that this is going to continue like that, but let's find out. And I was right to be afraid. There it is. Fuck. So now I got to try to get it back. I got to wait for a single bank, and we're going to bet against it for a player and hope for the best. If the player doesn't keep getting naturals, okay, bank natural. So now we need the player to come on back. We got it. Fuck your 7. So 7 never wins, so we gotta wait. And there's our 2. So we gotta wait for a bank. Try again. There's a 9. So we put guy out there again. I'm insulting the black chips, calling them little guys, right? Alright, well, we won again. So that's fun. We're almost at 1,300 for this shoe alone. Forget the fact we're already up 3,200 and change for the day. We have another 1,300 almost sitting there. Guys, like, it's $4,500. That's fucking stupid money. I mean, fuck. I hope we can all agree that we don't have to be cunts when we see this, okay? Please, guys. And if you had a bad night tonight and you just happen to be seeing this today, understand it's not the end of the world. You just gotta not chase your money, man. Win. Most certainly win. But if it's a bad shoe, you gotta let it go. You just gotta let it go. Because look how many of these there are. Look at this. I'm almost 1,400. Tell me you don't see shoes that look like this. Tell me you don't. Shoe starts out where it's like all chopped. Then they start coming down. You think you got a streak going on. And it stops right on 3 or 4. It's the 3 or 4 chopping. And then it stops doing that. It goes right back to chopping again. Right? It's a big mess, right? You don't know what it's doing, right? I don't give a fuck what it's doing. Because I'm just waiting for something to go 2. Then I chop it and I bet against said chop. Right? For this system, for this individual system, you can pick whatever one of these playlists I'm throwing out here to you, and just go with it. But you've got to commit to it. You can't keep going back and forth because that's what's gonna get you. I'm telling you. You try to play for everything, you're gonna end up with nothing. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. You're just gonna have to trust me. That's the truth. So we're going to find a chop here, and we're going to try it again with the little stuff. There's probably no one in my family that's going to make use out of this. I was supposed to bet banker there. I would have lost 100, so I'll have to subtract that. Or simply just do 200 next time and hope it loses to make it even. So effectively, we're at 12.75, not 13.75, because I got busy chatting. And I didn't bet where I was supposed to bet. So we did lose one. So we'd have to, okay, there's our bank. So we'd have to bet player here. And I'll tell you what, I'm just going to put 2 there because I should have put 1 last time. And if it wins, well, we'll just take that for what it is. Good, I lost. So that's what would have happened. We would have been down to 11.75. Perfect. I didn't have to convolute anything. It's just like I would have bet 100 both times. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, 3,200 plus 11.75. That was like 32.25, I think, right? If that was the case, that would be 3,300 plus the 11. So it would be 4,400 basically. That's crazy. How long you want me to take this out? It's 38 minutes. They can't beat me. I mean, the only way they're going to subtract me at all is if I keep losing on the first 2 efforts, right? That's the only way. I mean, like I said, if you had this much money in one day, it's going to burn a hole in your pocket. You're going to think you can keep swinging your dick around, but I'm telling you, you're living a dangerous life in a land of machetes. So I'm telling you, you better be careful. Better be careful. It's a gangster's paradise in there until it starts going wrong. So there's 2 players. Got to wait for a color change. Alright. No color change. Gotta wait. There it is. So now, here we go. This could be where it fails the first 2 tries. Let's find out. Look at the player shoe. Oh, we win. Ain't that a bitch? We won again. So we gotta wait. Gotta wait for something to go to. By the way, that puts us at $4,900 in change. If you're keeping track. Presuming we don't lose on the banker chop. So here's the banker. We gotta put one on player. Hopefully bank keeps sucking it here. It did, yes. So we're at 5,400. We were over a strap at this point, guys. I'm trying hard to show you the bad stuff, but they just won't let me do it. So, guess what? We got our 2 units. So as soon as it goes 2 again, we're going to reduce to the black chip, and we're going to see what go. And I'll tell you what, it's definitely not going to miss second bank again. There's just no way, right? Come on. There's no way. First, we got to find a bank. Fuck, look at this. It's all player. Look at this. What's the count? It's 11-3 player. It's literally, if it goes player one more time without it going bank, it's 4-1 player. That's fucked. Well, there it is. It's 12-3 player. There's not even any ties. Jesus. You're a tie better. You're like, fuck. Oh, there's the bank. Well, you already know this is going to go second bank, but I'm going to bet one little guy on player. Oh, it tied with a 2. Wow. I won. Damn, I still won. Look at that. Let's probably leave it a little bit of noise on the phone. I'm sorry. Yeah, all single banks. I willed that tie into appearance, right? As soon as I talk about it. As soon as you talk about it, that's when it happens. So I gotta burn another hand. I'm just waiting around now. I'm chill as a motherfucker. Nonchalant as a motherfucker, actually, because I don't care. I already know the worst that can happen is I only leave with $900. Oh, boo hoo! I don't give a fuck. So as soon as it goes banker now, I'm gonna try again. Of course, player's gonna keep getting naturals. I'm not gonna be able to do any on a 7. Really? Does banker get split? Okay, there's bank. So now I'm gonna put one little guy up player, and I win. No, I lost to a last second 8. I kind of want a flat bet player again because bank hasn't gone 3, but would have tied. I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for a color change. Oh, bank went 3. There you go. See, that one would have been a failure for the weak side betting. Okay, there's our player. So now I gotta put one little guy on bank. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So we came into this shoe with 4,400. We made 9. So that is 5,300. Still over a strap, right? That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. This is getting to be a long video. Am I being robbed right now? What's going on out there? I'm gonna stop it there. That's a good video. $5,300. What do you want me to do? You want me to get to 5 digits? And I'm not trying that hard. It really just comes down to, can I win my first 2 critical bets when I put them out there? And if I don't win the first one, can I break it even to give myself another chance to get the critical? And as long as I can do that, I'm still in the game. So I'm going to call that a video. $5,300, man. Build your capital.